Oh, you're so cute. Oh my gosh. Okay. Hi guys, welcome back to another vlog, and I am so excited because this is actually going to be another pet sitting vlog. So we have a special guest for this one, Nickel, who is a Boston Terrier if you're curious. And let's go ahead and jump into some of the reading. I am a little overambitious for this, I'm concerned. I told myself I was going to pick 3. This is notably not 3. This is in fact double, which is great. So we're gonna like prioritize these. So basically these are all, I have 4 books from my physical TBR, and some of these are books that I keep meaning to get to, but I just get, you know, distracted with like library books and things that need to be read immediately. So I'm finally going to read some of these, and then I have 2 library books as well that I'm hoping to knock out. So first things first, I have these 3 books, which were actually all kindly sent to me by different authors. Some are authors I've read before. One is an author that is new to me. So I'm gonna go over these really quick. We have A Deed of Dreadful Note by Patricia Meredith. I have read her Spokane Clock Tower mystery series. It's historical fiction, as is this. Amazing, definitely recommend it. It was some of my favorites that I read last year. I'm caught up on that series, but this is a new series that she launched in May. And this one actually stars Anna Catherine Green, who is a real life author, and she actually wrote mystery novels about 15 or so years before Sir Arthur Conan Doyle and like Agatha Christie and a lot of like big time mystery writers were prominent. So she actually kind of started some parts of the tropes from like the mystery genre that we know today. This one basically takes place where she is going about her day. She hasn't written her first book or novel, from what I understand, and one of her father's clients is found dead, and this young girl is actually accused of it, and she thinks that this is not right. So she starts to dig into it to find out who really did it. So I'm very excited for this. I love her red outfit. As you can probably tell, I love red. So anyone that's like wearing red or red lipstick and then like a book cover, I'm all over. This next one was also sent to me, and this is by Katie Grakowski. It's called Puzzle Pieces, a PTO Murder Club Mystery. This is book 5 in this series, so I'm going to be jumping in. It's very short. It's like 215 pages. It's just over, and it sounds really interesting. Basically, we have our main character, Mustang, and she is on the PTO, and she is involved with her son's school. I think her son is like in middle school, and basically his school bus driver is murdered, and she can't really figure out, like nobody can figure out why, because this school bus driver was so beloved. Like the entire community, the school, the kids, everyone adored her, and it sounds like there might be some kind of trend with murders among school bus drivers in the area. So they're trying to put that together. There's some kind of true crime club, and they're trying to see if maybe the school bus driver who's in the club maybe like stumbled on something she shouldn't have, and that's someone's like trying to like, you know, cover up and like take her out because she knew something that they didn't want her to expose. Something like that. So I love the cover for this. Absolutely gorgeous spine. I love the caution tape. I think that is so much fun. And it looks like she is based out of Austin, Texas. Very, very excited. So thank you again for that. And then lastly, I have Curses Boiled Again, a Lobster Shack mystery. It's book 1 in the series, written by Shari, Randall. And this is actually another pen name for Mary Allen. And if you've been on my channel this year, you would know that I have been obsessed with the ice cream mystery series that Mary Allen writes, which is same author, same just different pen names. I love it. I've read all 3 that are out. I just read Fatal Fudge Swirl for a Summerween like vlog, so I'll link that above if you want to check it out, and I loved it. I thought it was so much fun. So she very generously had sent me Fatal Fudge Swirl after seeing that I liked her first 2 books, and she also included this from her other series, which apparently features a millennial sleuth, and this just looks like the perfect summer read because of the beautiful, like the water. So I just want to knock this book out because I'm really excited about it, and it just seems like this is the last month of this year that'll be really perfect for reading it. So our main character in this is Allie, and she's recently had to kind of switch life paths because she's a ballerina dancer, but she's injured herself pretty badly, and it sounds like she won't be able to continue that professionally, which is so sad. I can't even imagine like working your entire life to do something professionally, like as an athlete, and then you just lose it in one day like that. I feels like it breaks my heart. But anyways, Allie has decided to help her aunt out because her aunt is trying to get her lobster business, like lobster shack, off the ground, and it would help her aunt out a lot if she could win this contest for the best lobster roll. So Allie's helping her aunt out when one of the judges, I believe, ends up dying during the competition, and it's suspected that her aunt's like entry into the competition was what did it. So her aunt is now a suspect in this, and Allie is determined to prove that her aunt had nothing to do with this. So very excited. I haven't eaten a lot of lobster, but I'm really excited for this. It sounds delicious. Okay, so those 3 books are like my top priority, I would say, and then the other 3 that'll be kind of the next priority. And if I'm really killing it with the reading this weekend, I want to get to the book 2 of the Cheese Shop Mystery Series. I've been staring at me and I've been wanting to get to it, but I just had so many library books to catch up on. But this is the vlog. This is called Gone for Gouda by Karina Moss, and I really loved book 1, which is Cheddar Off Dead. And we have our main character in this, whose name is Willa. She has a French-inspired cheese shop in Sonoma Valley, and she's a really wonderful character. I really enjoyed her character in the first book. And basically there's like a fall festival, and there's this big like vegan chef and like influencer there, and there is some controversy because it is actually proven with some photos that Phoebe, the vegan influencer chef, is actually like, she eats meat, which is of course really scandalous if you're claiming to be one thing and then it's proven without a doubt that you're not. Basically that happens, and then one of Willa's employees gets caught up in the murder of this chef after they find the body. So Willa is determined to clear her employee's name. I loved some of the employees in the first book. I'm really excited to get to know them more. I'm excited for more cheesy goodness, and I cannot wait for this. Also, the covers on this, the artwork is beautiful. So we have these 3 books, definitely going to be finishing these. Thank you again to everyone who did send me some book mail. I so appreciate that. I will be giving my honest reviews as always, but I do really appreciate that. Really helps my channel out. And then these will be some of my hopeful, let's get to them kind of books. Hi guys, I am following up with an update. So unfortunately we're not off to a great start, which again, thank you so much to the author and the team for sending this to me, but I just didn't connect with the writing style, and that one is Puzzle Pieces. So I got a little over about like 30% of the way into the book, and although I really love the idea for the mystery, I think the mystery itself seems like it's executed really well and it has some really interesting angles. I'm really not loving the main character Mustang. She seems very, at least, you know, the way she's written, there's just a lot of inner dialogue for her, and it's a lot of time it's very like off topic. So you're reading something, you're in a conversation with like her and another character, and then it kind of like jumps into her inner dialogue and it kind of goes on, and it kind of disrupts the flow for me. I felt like there was quite a bit of like pop culture kind of like name dropping, where it was just kind of there to make it more like, I don't know, like more like 2020 feeling or something like that, but it just kind of felt like, okay, I don't know why this is, like, I don't care, I'm not sure. But then another thing was that it didn't seem, as far as I can tell at least, this is heavily marketed as a cozy mystery, and in terms of the violence so far, it definitely fits that. In terms of the amateur sleuth and all of that, yes. But in terms of romance, there's actually a scene that I just read where the character is in a hot tub with her boyfriend and some other friends and people, and he gets very handsy, and like quite handsy, and it's described, and it definitely, for me at least, that crossed like a cozy line, and that's fine. But for my definition of cozy, it kind of broke out of the genre with that. Some of the aspects I did really like is I loved Mustang's relationship with her son Max. I thought they had a really charming, sweet relationship. I really liked that. I liked her relationship with her friends. Just the writing style wasn't my favorite personally, and I do think it broke a little bit of the cozy genre, like general guidelines for what a cozy mystery is, in terms of like the romance being a bit more graphic there, and the pop culture drops and the like inner dialogue was just a bit too much for me. It just seemed a little all over the place, where I would be reading it, I'd be getting into it, and then like the flow would just be broken by like this kind of random, to me at least, piece of inner dialogue, and then I was just like, okay, let me get back into it. Like it just wasn't for me writing style wise. I think the plot line for this seemed really strong, liked the relationships in the book, but those factors for me, I'm gonna go ahead and DNF this. Unfortunately, it's just a little too much for me and just not my style. I wasn't really enjoying myself as I was reading it as much as I wanted to be. So we're gonna go ahead and move on. Hi guys, we are gonna open a little bark box for Nicole here that her pet parents left. Let's give her some cute little treats here. We got Bow Wow by You, and let's see what we got. Yeah? All right, we got some magic morsels. Oh, it's a beaver. Is it a beaver? Want a beaver? No, you want a magic morsel. Good sit. Want a treat? Hi guys, I'm here with a big update. So I started this book, Curses Boiled Again, last night before bed. I got about 100 pages in, and then this morning I was gonna film an update, but I ended up getting so sucked into it, I kind of just finished it in my second sitting, which is a good thing, but this was great. I'm gonna say like a 4.5 stars. I really love this. Allie is our main character. She is a professional ballet dancer who has injured her ankle very badly, so she is at home helping her aunt in her aunt's new lobster shack, which is kind of a new venture for her because she had lost her husband in like the last year or so, and she's kind of throwing herself into this business as a way to distract herself, stay positive, throw her energy into something new. And her sister, Allie's sister, it's Lorelai, but she goes by Laurel? Yeah, Laurel is also there, and she's quite the character. I think she's a fun foil to Allie because they're both quite different. Allie's more of like a gut intuitive kind of person, whereas Laurel has like this business PR background. She's always thinking about appearances, and she's trying to minimize damage with the fallout from the competition to the business, which of course totally understand that, but at the same time Allie's just like, okay, let's just make her feel better, like let's stop worrying about what other people think. So I can relate to both sides completely. I think it's really interesting. This book made me so hungry, and I don't live anywhere where I can get like good lobster. So, and I've never had a lobster roll, and that was what the competition was for, like lobster rolls, and I need to have a lobster roll now. I've only had lobster I've had lobster maybe like a couple times in my life, but I've never lived somewhere where like you can get really fresh lobster, so I definitely want to try it like properly someday, and definitely with a lobster roll now, because this book will make you hungry. So the mystery itself, amazing. The ending for this was so intense. It was so intense. I had kind of pieced together the who and stuff behind everything, but the ending I didn't see coming. It was really intense and dramatic and really great. My only critique for this book is that I felt like it had just like one too many characters. This is book one in the series, so of course you're being introduced to like the main cast of characters along with all the suspects and the people related to this mystery. So of course that makes it a little bit harder, but I was just having to remind myself like, with a couple people like, wait, who is this again? So that was my only critique, but again, that's more of a personal preference. That's kind of a me thing, if anything. And I just love this. The lobster roll sounded delicious. The mystery was solid. I'm interested by the characters' lives. There was this subplot that just pulled at my heartstrings so much, and I'm hoping we'll learn more about it in the future. It was like kind of towards the end of the book, and my heart was just breaking for this person, and I'm really hoping there'll be some more like closure or updates in future books. The next book in the series is called Against the Claw. They all have lobsters very prominently featured on the front, which I think is kind of cute, and yeah, I'm just really excited. I so badly want to visit the Lazy Mermaid, which is the lobster shack that Aunt Gully opens, so I'm very excited for this. Definitely recommend. I will be starting my third book today, which is A Deed of Dreadful Note by Patricia Meredith. Again, this is historical fiction, so I think this will be a nice change of pace since the last two I read were more like contemporary, and I'm really excited for this. I have high hopes because I really loved the author's other series, so I'm excited for this, and just love the ombre on the spine. I'm all here for cute covers and like cute spines. I'm like, yes, give them to me. So we're turning this vlog. We're heading in the right direction, I think, with this vlog. And I did make ham and Swiss sliders last night. It's a super easy recipe. It's from the Hawaiian Roll, like the actual bread company that makes those. So I'll link it down below if you want to check it out. My mom was the one who actually turned me on to the recipe, and it's so good. It's got poppy seeds and Dijon mustard and like this like sauce on top. It's so good. And then I just made like a side of broccoli, so I'll show you that as well. You ready to go bye-bye? Ready? You ready? Hi guys, so it is quite a bit later in the day. I ended up actually taking a nap. I was so wiped out from the week, so if my makeup looks a little and hair looks like a little worse for wear, sorry about that. We ended up doing a quick little Sonic run with the puppy to eat like something for dinner. I had like a hot dog, and we always get mozzarella sticks and like a shake to split, and we fed her a little bit of popcorn chicken, which took the breading off for, but she really enjoyed it, as you can see from these pictures. So we did that, and I am now back on it. I'm reading A Deed of Dreadful Note, and so far we're off to an amazing start. I'm really enjoying Anna as a character. I think she's clearly a very like educated, very much speaks her mind, very bold with what she says. I really like her. I love the descriptions of the clothing at the time. It just sounds so beautiful. I love it. I love it so much. But you jump into the mystery like really quickly. You really only have a few chapters before you're already like in depth in the mystery. So far we've already had kind of like our introduction to the characters, the actual inciting incident, and then we're already kind of in the questioning some witnesses, and just people are, including Anna, are being questioned about the man who died, and it's really good. I'm really enjoying it. I don't have a whole lot to say. I'm about 60 pages in, and the book is about 330 pages, but I'm going to try to get some really good reading done for this. My plan is to hopefully finish this at least by tomorrow morning, and then I'll probably start another book tomorrow. And I feel like I'm switching up the plan. Here's the plan, guys. I have been editing a video today. I'm also on reading sprints right now with Gabby Reads. Not where I'm doing it with her, I'm just like watching them, and that's helping me with my reading right now. But because I've also been editing my new September Cozy Mystery release video today, which will already be up by the time this is up, so I'll link it above if you want to check it out. I've been doing the animations today for the video, including one for the Cheese Shop Mystery series, and I just want to read the next Cheese Shop Mystery so badly. So we are going to wrap it with that for our fourth and final pick for the vlog. This is book 3, so let's go ahead and dive in. We're going to keep going with this, and then I will update you with the Cheese Shop Mystery, which will probably be back at my home because this is just a short little pet sitting trip. But yeah, I'm excited. So let's get into the next update. Hi guys, it is Sunday morning, and I'm here for a final reading update before we pack up and leave, and then I'll give you another update on the Cheese Shop Mystery series. But I have 2 reading updates here. I'm not emotionally okay after this. I finished this. I was supposed to finish it this morning. That was kind of the idea, but I got so sucked into it naturally that I read it all before bed last night, and then I had to go and play a video game even though it was really late and I was tired because I was so emotionally distraught over parts of this. So take that as you will, but this is a 5-star. This was so incredibly good. I got so sucked into the characters. I love Anna. I think she is a really amazing character. I think she's both realistic about the times and kind of the unfortunate limitations on women, but also daring to push them and speaks her mind, and I really love her. And the ending for this got me on so many different levels. I was completely pulled away by a red herring. Wasn't even close. And then there was just some subplots for this that emotionally wrecked me in like a really good way, but I was still like, oh. Another thing I really loved is I just loved reading about the fashions of the time. That's something that I also liked in the Curses Boiled Again book, is the best friend of Allie, Verity. She actually has a vintage shop, so they're doing all this like vintage clothing and ball gowns, and I'm living vicariously through that because I want a green ball gown really badly. So I love reading about the clothing in both of these. If you guys know any good cozy mysteries with a sleuth who owns like, a vintage shop or clothing shop or somehow is in that industry, let me know, because I haven't found like an all-time favorite for that. I've read some where they're like part of the series, but they're not like the main character, and I would love to get like a clothing boutique vintage reseller one that I really love. But this was just, I'm still processing this. I woke up and the first thing that was on my brain this morning was this book. I should have known this would make me cry. Like, I should have known it would make me cry, because the last book I read by this author, which was Crazy Maids in a Row, that's the 3rd book in the Spokane Clock Tower Mystery series that I also really love by this author, and that book really got me emotionally. I was crying multiple points throughout that book, but I also thought that was because it was the 3rd book in the series, so I was even more emotionally attached to the characters, right, because I had more time with them. She got me in the 1st book with this. So really amazing. I highly recommend this. If this sounds interesting to you, I thought the conclusion for this was really well executed. Lots of layers, lots of interesting characters. I really appreciate in both this series and the other series I've read by the author that she features characters who do struggle with disabilities or different like chronic illnesses. Like in this one, there's a character with rheumatoid arthritis, and I really appreciate that she includes people from just all different backgrounds and motives and just all different things like that, but she also includes people who do have like illnesses. And it's not the case, like sometimes you read a book and an author will include someone that has some kind of disability or illness, and that's like their whole personality, and that's not a personality trait, it might affect someone's personality a little bit because maybe they're a little bit grumpier because they're in pain or something, understandably so. But that's not a personality trait, and that's a pet peeve of mine. So I really appreciate that all of her characters are so well fleshed out, and that she really does her research with this, and I loved reading I think it's like the acknowledgements in the back about how she drew inspiration from the author's life, and it was just so interesting. And I'm so curious about where the next book is going after reading the ending for this, because the mystery itself is wrapped up really nicely, but just some of the parts about Anna's life, I'm so excited to see where it goes next. And I really want to read the Leavenworth case that Anna has actually, you know, written in real life. So I'm really excited to read some of the author's work now. I'd never heard of her before this. So thank you to Patricia Meredith for introducing me to Anna Katharine Green as an author. I need to check out her work now, and as a character in her historical fiction book series. This is really great. And thank you again just for the great representation. I know that means a lot to so many people, myself included, and I just really appreciate how like tactfully done it is. It's handled so empathetically, but it's handled realistically, because I feel like you sometimes get characters who have some kind of, you know, illness or disability, and then it never impacts them in any way, which doesn't make a whole lot of, you know, that doesn't make a ton of sense for most. I mean, of course, like I said, I'm not an expert in this or anything, but that doesn't make a whole lot of sense for it to not impact their life in any way. So it's really nice to see characters who have different things they're struggling with, who are dealing with them, who are impacted by them, but they're still characters outside of that, and I really appreciate that. And this mystery was so good, so 5 stars. I really recommend this. Again, if you like historical fiction, this author does an amazing job with it. And then this morning, I'm like 40 pages in, so we're not very far in, but I started Gone for Gouda by Karina Moss. As I said yesterday, this will be the wrap-up book for this vlog. 4 books for the weekend. I'm pretty excited about that, and I'm excited for this. I just love Karina Moss's writing style. It's so charming and cozy, and I just immediately feel like I'm welcomed into Yarrow's Glen, which is the town where Curzon Way is located, and it's just so cozy and charming, and I'm excited. This book is taking place where they're kind of transitioning into fall. I love it. I'm already ready for fall. There's a cute little white like Maltese dog that's featured in this book, so anything with a dog, of course, I'm all over. I'm excited to learn more about Willa's employees, especially Archie. He seems like he'll have kind of an integral part in this book, I think, because I believe he'll be like a suspect or something. So I'm excited for this. The cheese descriptions, I'm so hungry. I realized reading this, I don't think I've ever been to a proper cheese shop. Same with Curses Boiled Again. I've never been to a lobster shack. Now that doesn't surprise me because, like I said, I'm not located anywhere where we have really great seafood, unfortunately. But cheese shop, I need to really investigate and get into a cheese shop because it sounds amazing. So I'm really excited for this. I'm seeing all the pieces falling together. We're getting ready for something big, I feel, and I'm just excited to have fun with this mystery and get some cheesy goodness out of it. So that is my update. I will give you guys a little sneak peek goodbye with Nickel, and then we will, when I finish this book, I will give you a final update on what I'm thinking, but so far, really loving it, excited for more. Okay, sit. Okay, say goodbye. Hi guys, it's actually the next morning. I got home yesterday from pet sitting and I was just wiped. But I did finish the mystery right before bed, so I do have an update, and then we'll do a quick overview of the 4 books that I did read. I hope you guys enjoyed this fun pet sitting vlog. I had a blast doing it. So Gone for Gouda, finished it last night, like right before bed. I was like hooked the last 50 pages. I was like sitting there so intensely focused. I was like wanting to read. Amazing, really great. I just love Karina Moss's writing style. There's just something about it where like I'm 2 pages into it and I just immediately feel immersed in this world, and I love it. I loved learning more about Willa's 2 employees, Archie and Miss Schultz. They both had fairly good roles in this mystery, especially as Archie was somebody who was kind of a person, like a suspect or like a person of interest, so that's one of the reasons that Willa was so hard-pressed to really get involved in this mystery. I really enjoyed this. I thought it was really well done. I thought the mystery was fun. I loved following around the little Maltese dog, Buttercup. Darling dog, so cute. And I just loved this. I thought it was just so much fun. There were so many good cheesy recipes in this. In fact, I bookmarked one in the back because it's for cheesy apple pockets, described as the savory autumn pastries kissed with dollops of smoked Gouda were a hit with one of the characters. that's genius. Sounds so good. I'm definitely want to make those because I've eaten cheese and apples together. I've dipped like apples in like cheese fondue, especially like Granny Smith apples, delicious. But I've never like baked them together, and that sounds like something that I should have done a long time ago. That sounds amazing. So yeah, I really recommend this. I'm gonna give this like a 4.5 stars. I loved it. I have book 3 already, so I'm really excited to be getting into that one next. And then Case of the Blues is just coming out in September. I actually did a whole animation for it. I posted the video yesterday when I'm filming this, but it'll be a few days ago when you're seeing this, so I'll link it above if you want to check it out. I did a whole animated synopsis for it because it's one of the ones I'm most excited for, along with talking about 19 other cozy mystery releases coming out in September. So definitely check that out if you like cozy mysteries. I do those videos every week, every single month on my channel, and I have so much fun. So real quick, we had 4 total reads for this, which I'm really happy with, especially because, like I said, Friday I did do a full work day, and then I was actually catching up a little bit with work on Saturday and Sunday because I had been under the weather previously in the week, and as a freelancer I am fortunate where I can kind of shift things around if I need to, but I still wanted to kind of get ahead and get back on track because I knew I was going to feel very stressed this week otherwise. So considering that and the fact that I did the Cozy Mystery Release video editing this weekend, which if you've seen those videos, you can probably tell I do a lot of like the animations and just a lot. That's my video that takes the longest to edit by far. So real quick overview, we had A Deed of Dreadful Note by Patricia Meredith. This was 5 stars. I cried. I went through so many emotions. I think I went through the gamut. I loved it. The mystery was amazing. It totally fooled me. Excellent writing. Amazing historical fiction. You can tell she put so much research into her writing. I really love that. Gone for Gouda, of course, we just covered, but again, just such an immersive experience, delicious cheese recipes. I just love it so much. I love Will as a character. I think she's really amazing. I love her store, her employees. I love hearing about her business's progress. Really enjoyed that. That is book 2 in the series. And then Curses Boiled Again, that was book 1 in the Lobster Shack mystery series. This is my first one by Shari Randall, but of course I've read Mary Allen, which is her other pen name before, so felt pretty good going into this since I love her other series so much, and this was great. I already have the second book on my TBR. My library does not have this series at all, unfortunately, but I'm going to get my hands on it, and I can't wait. I mean, just learning about the lobsters and the process was really interesting, especially for someone like myself who's never lived by the ocean. Really interesting. I don't know much about seafood or like anything like that really, so I really found that interesting. I liked Allie as a character. I liked some of her best friends were really interesting. I want to learn more about Verity. That was one of her best friends who had the vintage shop. I thought she was really cool. I'd love to learn more about her. I'm hoping there's more of her featured pretty heavily in upcoming books, but I loved her, and I love her aunt. Her aunt is the one who owns the Lobster Shack, and she is amazing. I love her. Everyone needs someone like her. And then this one, again, I just didn't connect with the writing style. I did DNF it. I do want to thank, again, these 3 books were very kindly sent to me, and I appreciate them all, even if, you know, they didn't work out for me. I really do appreciate it. It really helps my channel out, and I just love just getting this chance to read more books for you guys and everything, and just such amazing books at that. So definitely amazing. This was overall such a great vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had such fun reading this. If you have any requests, we're getting into the fall season, so if you have any like seasonal requests or any types of like reading vlog kind of challenges you'd like to see from me, let me know. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I do post new mystery content every week on this channel, so if you like cozy mysteries, regular mysteries, historical fiction mysteries, thrillers, I do all of those on my channel. You'll see new content from me every week on this channel, so hit subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!